Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today, starting the new title update for the StoryTale. So before getting into the bulk of the new achievements, the title update is going to require that we get up to at least chapter 30. If you played the base 1000, you should have left off at chapter 28. Make sure you keep the difficulty on very easy and then start it up by using the continue feature. We are going to have to complete the next 3 levels in order to get to where we need to get going with the new achievements. So we're going to pick up where we left off last time. If you remember, the last achievement in the base 1000 was to grab the bomb bag and return it to the goblin. Make sure you do that again since the checkpoints are at the start of the level. Then he should give you a key. Now we are going to continue on and complete this level, which is going to be level 38. So just make your way forward. Make sure you use the key to open up this platform, and basically you're going to do these segments where you drop all the way down to the bottom, and then on the bottom of these pits are going to be the key, and then make sure you grab it, and that should open up the next part. And basically you're just going to repeat that until you complete the chapter. There are going to be a few enemies in this level, so obviously try your best to avoid them since it's going to be one-hit deaths, but you do have checkpoints along the way, so take advantage of them. But do keep in mind that the checkpoints are going to be few and far between one another, so try your best to not die. So keep trucking your way forward, and then just keep heading down all the way to the bottom, and then just keep steering yourself. You probably only have 1 or 2 enemies per pit to deal with, so it's very easy to avoid the one and only obstacle, although this is going to prepare you for next level, which is going to be pretty much the same thing, but with a ton of enemies. So just keep steering your way down, and then once we get our last key, make sure you hit the return pad, and then head all the way back up. Very important that you don't accidentally hit the return pad before grabbing the key, because that is going to really suck. You basically have to replay the whole part. Grab the last key in the corner, and through the exit gate we go. This is actually going to be the second half of chapter 28, so we are not on to the next chapter yet. It's basically going to be the same thing, although this time those pits are going to have enemies in them. So make your way all the way to the left. Once you can't go left anymore, drop down here, grab the red key from this goblin. You actually do not have to go down here. You can just skip this part and then just head straight for the red gate. Use the red key on the red gate, and then you're going to drop down into your first pit. You are given the slow-mo ability for this level, so take advantage of that. If you find it too slow, you can just hold one of the buttons and then you can speed yourself up. But do take advantage of it. It's really good for those tight drop downs since you are going to be doing a lot of leaps of faith since you can't see where you're going down ahead of time. So be a little careful. Drop down here. Key is going to be in the corner. Be very careful not to accidentally touch the exit gate before grabbing the key because you will have to redo the whole thing. Then we're going to have to do the blue gate. So same thing, drop down, take advantage of the slow-mo, and watch out for the enemies. Once you get to the end of the pit, make sure you grab the green key and then through the return pad, and then we're going to open up the green gate, and that should take us to the end of the chapter. Grab the last key and then through the final exit gate, and then we should be on to chapter 29. Chapter 29 is going to be a linear platforming level where you are going to move to the right. The gimmick is there's going to be some invisible blocks that you have to deal with. That first part's really easy. Just stick to the bottommost layer and then you should be able to get past. This part you have to go at the blue key from the right, so make sure you wall jump off the invisible block, grab it, and then quickly up in this corner to open up the gate. Drop down here. You're going to have the red key in the middle. You're going to have to go over it. Watch out for the enemy and the ghost. You can slide in through the invisible gap and then grab it right there. Then we have the red chest up here that we have to go in from the right side. This is going to be a little hard to spot the block, but there's going to be a wall right here. Jump onto the highest bit, and then you should be able to slide over into the left and then grab the key off that platform. Then it's going to be back over here, slide through here, hit up the checkpoint. Then we have the blue chest up there. To get this one, what you have to do is you have to make sure you have to come at it from the right. So make sure you jump up here, don't go too far, and then just jump back to the left and then grab it. Then we're going to have this part where we have to slide past the ghost. It's a little hard to spot where the platforms are, so try to use the ghost as kind of a guide to where the gaps are, and then drop down here for the last push of the chapter. Watch out for the spear guy and, of course, the ghost. Make your way into this little crevasse, and then you have to spot where the blocks are. So just keep jumping back and forth, watching out for the two enemies. Once you find it, just kick off of it and then up to the upper right to wrap up the chapter. Then we're on to chapter 30, which is going to be the last chapter we need to play in order to get through to the first achievement. So this chapter is going to have us be big, so we're just going to truck our way forward, smash open the first chest, and then we can grab our first key right here. You can either jump up or you can use your stomping powers to knock it down. But once you grab the key, we're just going to head forward and then grab all the chests along the way. Whenever you open a chest, be very careful not to stomp because you will knock the key somewhere where it might be a little difficult to find. So grab the key and then just continue to the right and then just open up all the chests along the way. Like all of the levels where you can't really die, the only real thing are the frustrating bits with the enemies that don't kill you. They just slow you down, so they are going to be the ghost in this stage. But make your way over here and then grab the last two chests and then just book it to the finish line, and we should be done with what we need to do to get the update started. Hit up the exit portal, and then once we have our head above ground, we should be good for the first 30 chapters and the first achievement in the slew of new achievements. There it is, 200 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.